Welcome back to Fox and Friends. We've been telling you, Chinese state-run media releasing, this is a story we've been telling you about, that Chinese have released, we've been asking them to release video, tennis star Peng Shuai, who vanished after lodging sexual assault accusations against a member of the Communist Party.
But critics, including our next guest, aren't buying it and demanding proof she is safe and free.
Florida GOP Congressman Michael Waltz penned a letter to the Chinese ambassador, and he joins us now with more. Congressman, thanks so much. It was a pleasure to see you at the Patriot Awards. Should we still, if this is going to be how it's going to, how they're going to do this, should we be still having the Winter Olympics there? Shouldn't we be protesting this right now?
Yeah, guys, I mean, imagine if the number one tennis star, a major sports celebrity in the United States, leveled a sexual assault allegation, a very credible one, saying that a major political figure like the vice president had abused them for years, and then that athlete just disappeared off the face of the earth. That's what's happened in China with their former number one doubles player in the world, Peng Shuai. Put forward this allegation, everything's been censored, and now she's gone. And so the letter that we sent to the ambassador said, stop with the censorship, give us verifiable proof of her health and safety, and this needs to be fully investigated. Apparently their vice premier sexually assaulted her for over a period of years.
Yeah, so I think the details are important, and you've done a good job of laying them out, Congressman. She made a sexual assault, harassment, assault claim. She disappears, and as we were setting it up, so they've put this video out. But I want to be clear, you don't buy this video. They're saying, oh, look, here she is. She's not disappeared, but you're not buying this video.
Yeah, no, I mean, but they're saying that she is freely at her home.
Right.
Not necessarily detained, yet no one in the world, including other tennis stars, the World Tennis Association, anyone else has been able to contact her.
Right.
So the Chinese government has a long history of doing this. They detained an NBA player, cut him off from the entire world, and tortured him in many ways for a period of 8 months. And I just want to say, good on the World Tennis Association for stepping up.
Yeah.
And taking a forceful stand, unlike the NBA, which has just been completely silent on a number of issues and has actually forced an American general manager and others to take down any criticism of China because they're worried about their bottom line. The IOC, back to your point on the Olympics, has been completely silent on this issue. And all of these reasons, the safety of our athletes, the oppression of freedom in China, the gross human rights violations are reasons that a year ago I introduced a measure in the House calling for a full boycott of the Olympics. Yeah, we cannot have the American flag flying in Beijing, turning a blind eye to all of those abuses, plus COVID, that they still won't work with us on in terms of investigating. Dictators love the Olympics. Right? Putin invaded Crimea in the Ukraine just months after the Sochi Olympics. We all know what Hitler did in the years after the 1936 Olympics. And I worry about Taiwan and future aggression from China after the entire world turns a blind eye to their abuses in just a few months. This is right around the corner in February.
Congressman, I want to get to another topic that's really important as well. There are reports now that Hunter Biden's firm reportedly helped a Chinese company purchase a very rich cobalt mine. It was a deal worth $3.8 billion. What is the impact of that on the American economy, on our national security? And what about the Biden administration? Does this road lead from Hunter over to Joe Biden as well?
Well, so you have the Chinese Communist Party is seeking to dominate the global minerals trade. I mean, these are lithium, cobalt, graphite. I mean, these are the raw materials for our computer chips, and importantly for cobalt is for electric batteries. And so here you have the left in the United States demanding that we move to an all-electric, all-battery economy through legislation, forcing that on all Americans, yet all it's doing is forcing our dependency on the Chinese Communist Party, who's trying to dominate those mines. By the way, that legislation that just passed, the Build Back Better, will shut down a number of American mines. And now you have the son of the president of the United States helping the Chinese. Meanwhile, he also owns stakes in firms that are blacklisted from the United States, one of which for trying to steal American nuclear technology. So I got to tell you, when we get in charge, we're going to get to the bottom of what's going on with Hunter Biden's and the Biden family's investments. And when he's talking about in his emails that came off his laptop having to pay his father's bills and how much the big guy owns, I think it stinks. I think the White House is compromised. And, you know, look, guys, this is our greatest adversary that is seeking to dominate us economically so that they can then dominate us militarily.
So shady.
So shady. Thank you so much for
Thanks,
that, Congressman.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Patriots don't do that. Thank you.
We'll see
Thanks,
what they
Congressman.
do when the Republicans
Okay,
are in
thank you.
charge.